Good evening and welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome, Drew,
Hey, it's Droosy. Hi, hello.
the one and only, the only man to appear on GTU 2023 twice. He's just that good.
Yes, you wanted me here. Everyone, the donators, reached the incentive to have me here a second time. I am so appreciative, and I feel great to be here. Let's play a wacky little game we like to call San Andreas.
Dude, imagine being so sought after and famous that people pay hundreds of dollars just to see you show up.
Yeah. Two
That
hours
is
of
celebrity level.
2 hours of no damage Los Santos. All right, here's $500.
Yeah.
No, just joking around. Well, I'm stoked to be here. San Andreas is a silly old game, and there's going to be a bunch of a bunch of stuff in this run. But thankfully, it's pretty short. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think everybody will learn a lot. I think maybe I'll even learn a little bit. And I'm ready to do this. So I'm gonna count down about from 3, and I'm gonna press start game. Everybody ready? Everything sound cool?
Yes, can I jump in really quick?
Yeah. Yes.
Just wanted to quickly thank because Kozalak777 just gifted 5 subs to the community, which is very generous of you. Thank you very much. And yeah, just a quick reminder, everything that comes through Twitch goes straight to the charity as well. So that is one heck of a donation. Thank you. And now you may go.
All right. Thank you, Kozalak. I know that guy. And I'll start my run. 3, 2, 1. New game.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Okay, so we start this run with absolutely 0 HP, 0.001 HP. That is legitimately CJ's current health. The game is that precise. I think that is, in fact, the most precise number in this entire game is CJ's health. And like I said, I literally have 0.001 HP. 1/1000th of a hit point is what CJ has right now.
At least it was before I fucked
So
everything up.
clearly, any and all damage will kill him right away. We start off very similar to the normal any percent speed run you may be used to. And then I'll get in a car, and right away I'll be going to a secret location to pick up a sniper rifle. This sniper rifle will be used later in the run. There's a little bit of setup that I have to do right away. Another thing I'm going to do here that I wouldn't normally do in a... how do I say this? In a run I considered a real run, or a run that I hoped would go the distance, go all the way, I wouldn't actually go to pick up this knife, but because it's an interesting strat that I assume many people haven't really seen before, I'm going to use a knife for wrong side of the tracks. That's right. A knife on wrong side of the tracks. And if that surprises you, just wait till you see what I do with that knife. Well, I guess there's not really that many things I could be doing with the knife, but I won't spoil it entirely.
Could be chopping vegetables for all we know.
That's right. CJ unfortunately takes damage from crying while he's chopping the onion, so he can't do that one either. Alright, so I pick up my sniper rifle and my knife, and I get back on track to ride with my boys.
It's worth mentioning that there are OHKO mods out there that do just put you to a single hit point, but it actually gives you a huge advantage doing that over having 1/1000th of a hit point.
Right.
Because San Andreas is terrible. Excuse me. San Andreas is terrible at mental maths, and there are many times, for example, if you fall off a bicycle while you have exactly 1 hit point, you will actually get healed rather than take damage due to the way that the game rounds certain digits. So if you are to play with that specific mod, you would not die when you fall off a bike, but Droosy with this setup does die. So as you can imagine, that's quite a big advantage to have. But Droosy does not cheat. He takes this very seriously.
Very seriously. Yes, there will be no corners cut on my watch. Alright, so I like to kill these guys here. One, so that they don't continue following me for the rest of this mission, and two, so that I can go ahead and get 60 rounds of the micro Uzi. In this game, and this run, just about any weapon is going to be a useful tool. You never know. Now, I'm also going to go, once again, off the intended or standard route, and I'm going to run into the tallest building in Los Santos to pick up a parachute. Now, what I do with this parachute, I hope, will shock and awe you. It won't be used right away, but stick around a couple more minutes, 20 or 40 or so, and you will see why I needed this parachute, and I will explain while I'm using it. Until then, I've got just about everything I need for the initial setup, so we're back on track to ride with Big Smog and Ryder to the intended location. I just need to find them. Oh, I'd like to mention, if anyone would like a different radio station, I'm prepared to say if you do a $10 minimum donation of to the Save the Children Foundation, I will, in every car that I get into, I will right away set the radio to the radio station of your choice, at least until anyone else changes it. I think that's fair. I think that's valid.
Like a battle royale, but for radio stations.
Right. And you use your money. But it's for a great cause.
Speaking of, Kozalak kindly gifted another 5 subs to the community.
Whoa.
Very, very generous. Thank you so much.
Huge.
If they would like a radio station, I'm sure Drew would not have a problem to oblige.
Not a problem at all. I'd be happy to turn on anything you want to hear. All right, bog standard. We run to Ryder, and you know what?
Show me how they drive on the
It probably is. It's not really feasible, and it's probably also not even really necessary. But I want to make this a no mission failed run as much as possible, so I'm not going to be shooting Ryder's car in the gas tank area. I will not be skipping the long cutscene.
Whatever. You got 5 minutes, I'll be cutting you like a DJ. So when you running off again?
You have a request for K-Rose. I don't know if you're reading the chat, but if you're not, I've got you.
K-Rose. Okay, thank you. Yes, I will. I will turn it to K-Rose.
Sit down, CJ. What are you after, Carl? Your moms would be proud.
All right, so
Nice to have you back.
at this point, what I like to do is tell everybody to hydrate. Drink some water while we watch this cutscene
You
and
know
enjoy
something?
this game.
I take it back.
I can't
OB
skip this
still got
cutscene,
it
so I'm
right.
going to drink some water. You should too.
Man, what's this? Shit look ridiculous. No respect for the hood. All clean as shit. Looking too skinny, CJ. I want to get us something to eat. I'm gonna finish this, then I'm gonna take care of business.
Dude, I love the part where he says, "You know something? I'll take it back." Old Reese still got it cracking.
Rare line. DLC dialogue.
Yeah.
Choose a blend of cheese and fat, sir. Enjoy, sir. This pizza parlor's no pushover.
Ben going to Old Reese to get his head shaved. True.
Take us back to the grove, motherfucker.
But only if you support the charity.
Better drop by and see Sweet. He's been yapping on about that graffiti too. Later, homie.
Okay. So, the thing about me and the thing about San Andreas and both of us together, I don't have nearly the amount of experience or familiarity that I have with GTA 4 in SA. For this reason, I truthfully, I really don't know a lot of the ways the speed run works, or the best or most efficient ways to get to the next mission, or frankly, the most efficient way to do a mission. But I'm only explaining that because right there I went to pick up the gun and wait for a phone call, because as far as I can understand right now, that's what you're supposed to do, is wait for a phone call there. I don't think running to get the pistol makes it take any longer, so I just grab a pistol just for an extra tool in my repertoire.
You go get him, and I'll keep the engine running.
This mission is actually more dangerous than you might think, or, you know, than I would give it credit for usually. Especially if you get a 1-star wanted level, which I just did. So this could actually result in a death, based on what happens.
Come on, let's cruise in the ball.
If I don't...
Unfortunately, with
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say regarding the phone call routing, like phone call routing is super important in San Andreas speedruns, but only if you're using them to dupe and stuff, right? Because there isn't like rampages and things like that, so you use phone calls to dupe everything.
Right.
But in like a no major glitches atmosphere that you're running in, like it doesn't really matter as long as you take them in a reasonably efficient order.
That is good to know.
Then, yeah.
So thankfully I've lost
this
my
mission-
1-star wanted level, so I don't have too much to fear here, but you never know what's going to happen.
You've got the ballers to fear. This mission is all about going into dangerous territory. Watch out, this is ballers turf.
Worst place in the world.
Damn right.
Alright, feel free to give your opinion, chatters, on this little trick that I do, which is jumping off of the building, which would normally kill me, but thanks to this cutscene, I respawn safely on the ground here. Is that a step too far? Is that too glitchy for my no major glitches OHKO speedrun? I don't know. What's your take?
I'm not convinced that's a glitch at all. That's intended behavior.
Like riding bike, ain't it, boy?
Yeah, it all comes back.
How you doing on the Fetty?
I'm kind of short, you know. Crash took all my paper, man. Left me with nothing but small.
Oh, also,
change.
I don't play with subtitles on, because I hate the font.
I'll catch up with you.
Yeah, I'm really not a big fan of how cartoony that font looks, and I think it subtracts something from the game and from the experience to have that text on the bottom of the screen all the time. So I prefer not to play with subtitles. Now, okay, Rose, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But you know, if somebody wants me to enable subtitles, I guess I will, but I don't think there's any real reason for it.
You know, you'd be a great GTA 5 speedrunner, because in GTA 5 it's actually faster by a few seconds per mission to not have subtitles on. Like the mission passes faster or something.
Hey, Buster, wait up.
GTA 5 speedruns. Oh no. Fortunately, didn't get a wanted level here. That's really quite nice.
Hey, grab hold of that bat over there.
Man, we on a serious mission now.
And don't sweat it, homie. Everybody in the hood know ballers and pussy.
All right. Walk into the middle of the aggressive ball is cracked in.
Introduce ourselves.
Like everyone, I have died here before, but this time I will not.
Pushers, Grove Street.
Quickly hit everybody in the face,
Ninja these motherfuckers.
except for Ryder, and you're back out, safe and sound.
Now ballers know Grove Street families on their way back up.
Darn.
For sure, homie. And what's more, you ain't even run out on me. Times change.
Oh man, they gonna be mad at us.
And I'll warn the gang later. But now, let's just bask in the silence of victory, motherfucker. Now that the bass ain't getting pushed up in their faces, maybe these fools should be up for some real banging.
Yeah, Grove gonna get back on his feet now, for sure, though.
Later, homie.
Alright, next up is drive-through. I do this the exact same way as anyone else has seen 100,000 times before. So, a huge thing about San Andreas OHKO, or San Andreas in general, is CJ cannot be shot while he's in the car. While you're in a car, you can't be damaged while you're in a car. So it's very often the safest place to be. So for this mission, since you are required to be in the car, and the speed runs keeps you in the car, just like this, it's a very safe mission, despite needing to kill a car full of ballas, which should be dangerous to do without taking damage. It's actually very easy. If the same mission was in GTA 4, it'd be a really different story, as Nico would be shot multiple times from inside of his own car. But this game is old, so we keep going.
Who was with you back there, Smoke?
Man, if you can eat your food while everybody else is losing theirs and blaming you, you straight, home.
What?
Nothing. Just some poetry I read.
Hey, Smoke, tell me why you moved out the Grove.
Okay, Rose. And I'm out of the car immediately. Alright. So this mission, 9s and AKs, will be the mission that I use the parachute on. That's right. Check this out. Head on down to Emmett's scrapyard. Now, Emmett is harboring some things here in his scrapyard. Some of them are weapons which don't work very well. And another thing he's harboring, I will point out in a moment. Check this out.
Die, little glass baller, fool!
So the next important thing that Emmett has here is this Tampa. This Tampa, as it stands right now, is completely immune to all forms of damage. Collision, fire, bullet, and melee. It cannot be damaged by any conventional means. The only way you can blow this car up as it is right now is to flip it over. But to do that, you'll probably have to be in the driver's seat. I might be wrong about that, but it doesn't matter. And the great thing about a car that's completely impervious to damage is that, well, for one, as I explained just a bit earlier, CJ himself cannot be damaged while he's in any car. And if your car also can't be damaged, well, that's just as good as it gets. So I'm going to be saving this car that's impervious to all forms of damage. And to do that, the doors are locked, by the way, so I can't just drive it. To do that, I'm going to use Big Smoke's car to push this new Tampa all the way to the Grove Street garage, while we listen to some K-Rose. Now, if you are quite astute, you may be asking yourself, and even asking me, but Droosy, if this car is impervious to all forms of damage, how are you going to blow it up? Because you may know, I don't think I explained this just now, but you have to blow it up to be able to actually save it in your garage. So how, dear viewer, do you think that I could blow up a car that is impervious to almost all forms of damage in my garage? How's that going to work? Well, I'll tell you, that's where the parachute comes into play. This game recognizes a parachute as a weapon. And somehow this weapon, it does not fire bullets, and it also isn't melee damage. So we use this parachute to deal damage to this all-proofs Tampa. What I want to do first is drag this car to the correct location in front of the garage here. Right about there. See how the garage door is opening because it's not recognizing that this Tampa is a real car. It's a mission car, so it shouldn't recognize that. So the first thing I do is, how do I explain this? I need to blow up this all-proofs Tampa and fail the mission at the same time for this strategy, or this glitch, if you will, to work properly. So what I'm going to do is get this Glendale, I think it's called, to almost ready to explode. And then I'm going to hop to the Tampa, and I'm going to get it on fire so that it's about to explode. And then when this Tampa explodes, it will also blow up Big Smoke's Glendale, and I will fail the mission and blow up this Tampa at the same time. I see CJ dealing visible damage to this car, which I don't think should be possible if I understand this the right way. So I may have already messed it up somehow, but it won't matter. So the mission fails, and look, now the garage door won't open, right? And that is because there are now 2 cars in the garage. It heals them right away, and now I've got both my cars in here. At this point, what I do usually like to do is wait for another phone call, but I don't know. The phone call will come in later. So I will wait for that phone call, and I'll also save the game. So this is the Jim phone call from Sweet. Take a second here. All right. Now I've got both of these cars. Yeah, go ahead.
Potential full game runs. That all-proof Tampa would be incredible for gang territories.
Yeah, actually, that's really what it's for. To tell you the truth,
like unbelievably strong for gang territories.
Right. The one drawback is with the Vigilante bike, you only have to do 2 rounds of the gang territory, and with the Tampa, you'd have to do all 3. But it doesn't really matter, right? If you can't take damage during any part of it, then just do the 3rd round of the gang territory and call it a day, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like with gang territories, it's like if you were to try and do like a full damageless playthrough, right? It's like, yeah, you could try and go fast, but imagine playing for like 4 or 5 hours doing OHKO stuff, probably even longer. We're probably talking like 6, 7, 8 hours, right?
Right.
And then you get all the way to gang territories, like you're literally right at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And you choose to go with the police bike, you get off the police bike, you start doing them, and then a random gang member just spawns behind you and shoots you.
Yeah.
Like,
mental.
It's entirely possible. In fact, it's quite likely to happen with how much trouble you start with the gangs.
Certainly.
So having like a safe, foolproof method like that, no matter how long it takes, would be really good.
Truthfully, that all-proofs Tampa is for gang territories. It's just set up in the beginning here on 9s and AKs, and I thought it's one of the more interesting things that I even do in this run, or in this beginning section of the run. So I thought I'd do it anyway, even though I won't really use it or need it. But I think I'll use it for House Party, provided it's even all proofs right now, which I don't think it is. But it's going to be okay either way. Everything that I did was the way you do it. Unless I mess something up, I don't know. But here I don't shoot the gas tank to level up CJ's pistol skill a little bit, which could come in handy. And as you see, the reticle got smaller there, and he started shooting faster, so I reached a milestone in the skill, gangster level.
Damn, you're a killer, baby.
That's why I do that.
Cold. But remember...
What's going on, man? Shit seems pretty fucked up.
People have to open their eyes and their hearts, CJ.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the choices all men face, brother. Sometimes they seem real, but other times there's no choice at all.
At least you still talking shit. You ain't changed a bit.
Thanks, CJ. I see you around.
Later, Smoke.
Droosy, is it possible for a part of an exploded vehicle to hit and kill you? Yes, absolutely it is, Julianismus.
Yes.
It definitely is.
Physical objects do collide and do damage the same way getting hit by a car damages you.
That's right.
Any kind of physical object smacking you will be an instant death.
Now this game, I think it was unintended, but cars don't properly explode their parts away from them sometimes or all the time. I don't know the exact details of it, but I do know that Silent Patch, the popular Silent Patch, fixes something to do with car parts exploding off of a car. And so for this reason, it seems that, at least in this regard, Silent Patch would actually make a no damage attempt more difficult, because theoretically there would be more car pieces flying off and that could potentially hit you. So I think I'm a little safer without Silent Patch in that regard.
Good to hang with you, brother. I'm sorry I get a little ticked.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, it ain't Jeff.
Yeah, it's definitely a small price to pay for the sake of fixing things like the AI accuracy bug and things like that,
Right.
which is far more detrimental.
Right.
You know, regardless, if we're not going to cheat by having 1 HP, we're certainly not going to cheat by using Silent Patch.
Damn straight.
What's your plan, big gangster? Now you a free man and all. Man, I
So
ain't free.
this OG mission is, once again, surprisingly difficult to not take damage in. A lot happens, and one of the big things is you are locked onto a motorcycle in this mission, which is terrible for the true OHKO, because if you crash on that bicycle at any point, you are dead and the mission is failed and you have to do it all over again. And that's just one of the things. The second is, of course, Jeffrey. No, wait. Not Jeffrey, I'm sorry. I always forget his lover's name, but the other guy.
Freddy.
Freddy, thank you. The other guy on the bike, Freddy, he is armed, of course, and he can shoot Jeffrey, OG Loke, or CJ. So that's one thing.
And he's surprisingly accurate.
Yes, that's
as well,
right.
considering
Even
he's
on the
like
bike.
driving forward and somehow shooting behind him.
So we do one of these, and the second, or not, third thing, even the third big thing that makes this mission a little bit dangerous is the random gang members on the sides of the street here can just take
you're
it
in
upon
Vargo's
themselves
territory.
to gun you down. Fortunately, we get to about this point, and we just do some waiting on our friend Freddy. We can listen to a little K-Rose while we wait.
So what is really interesting about this mission as well, that really benefits for OHKO, is I didn't actually know this until I started messing around specifically to try and find a solve for this mission, so to speak. Solve meaning how to do it consistently without taking damage. And I actually discovered that Freddy, when he gets to certain checkpoints, his health actually sets to different values. So you see here, Drew is going to wait until Freddy gets to a certain point, and then usually at this point, he would be able to tank several sniper rifle bullets. But as soon as he gets to this position here, he loses like 75% of his HP for some reason. I have no idea why, but he goes from like 2,000 health to like 500. And that is enough to kill him on the spot. You could even just shoot his bike and that will explode. But in any other point before that, it's not possible.
That's right.
I don't know why they did that. It's very strange.
I didn't know about that until I saw you do it, Englishman. I wasn't even doing it this way until you found that out yourself on stream and said, "Oh, you could just snipe him from a different location once he gets to this point." It's great.
Yeah, it's so weird. I have no idea why, and it was just purely by accident. I was messing around with the like the trainer to see him through walls and stuff to see like what he does and where he goes, and it was just upon like just watching him, I realized that he just goes from like 2,000 health to like 300 or something stupid. And I was like, well, That makes this far easier, because otherwise this mission would be quite difficult. Because the longer you spend in Vargo's territory, the more chance you've got of just getting shot in the back. It's really frustrating.
And then trying to set up something to be able to kill him at any reasonable amount of time before doing the entire mission. You know, it's you're right. It does get really hairy sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. My previous strat before was just to sit behind the hedges in the original spot where you would kill him in usual runs, and you would crouch behind it and
just hope for the best.
Shoot him down with an AK. It worked, but again, like it's like a 50-50 whether you get killed there or not. You know, it's really not consistent at all.
Right.
Whereas, yeah, sitting back there at the top of the bridge with a sniper rifle is way better.
Way better. I love it as well. So I'll take a slightly maverick route to pick up an AK-47 and also get a little more sniper rifle ammo before we drop OG Loke off at the Burger Trot.
Also, another reason why, so when I started looking into San Andreas OHKO, I knew that Ham and a few other people, including Drew, had been working on it, but I deliberately didn't look up their strategies or see what they did in any way, because I really wanted us all to tackle it in our own ways, you know, like Drew coming from the HD universe, completely different mechanics, to see how he would tackle things, and then myself and Ham coming from the 3D universe. Like, we have completely different brains and methods of critical thinking on how to solve these missions. So if we all just started copying each other, you wouldn't get that unique perspective from each individual person. And I strongly believe that that is like the best way, like so many different minds coming together to solve these things. And I think OG Loki is a good example of that. I think if I were to just copy Drew everything he did, we would have never have figured OG Loki out.
Absolutely. Respect plus. Now, my intention was to be able to do Life's a Beach straight away here. That's also one of the reasons I saved the game, but I guess I won't sit here and wait for 2 in-game hours to be able to do this. It's okay. I will just come back another time. And we will head on to Big Smoke.
I was going to say, I always just bum rush Big Smoke's missions anyway, because they're such reset heavy points.
Right. Of course I won't be resetting here, but this is the way I would normally be doing it. Yeah. It's just getting as soon as you can.
I just meant, like, you know, that was my like route of LS, which is like get to Big Smoke as soon as possible.
Yeah, certainly. There is one thing I want to do before I get to Just Business, and that will be go to the airport. In fact, I'm gonna do a little dodo flying.
So you do the strategy now.
Well, which strategy are you talking? I just need to pick up some rockets is what I need to do for Just Business.
Oh, you're going for rocket? I thought you were going for minigun.
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Rockets are much closer, much easier to, much faster to get. I can't be arsed to fly all the way to LV and back.
Yeah, there is a strategy on drive-by because you don't have a wanted level during that mission. You can fly all the way to LV and pick up a minigun spawn. In LV, there's one in an underground car park, which doesn't require you to take any damage to get it. Whereas the one in San Fierro and the other LV spawn require you to drop off buildings, which is not happening. So you can get a free minigun spawn, and that can be used in LS for a lot of different missions where there's a lot of, you know, heavy combat scenarios. But the obvious drawback is that you spend about 10 minutes dicking around just to then potentially die later on and have to do it all over again anyway. You've really got to consider whether it's worth the time.
Fortunately, we take a much shorter route right over here to Glen Pork and land on top of a building. I'll pick up some rockets, which should make Just Business quite a bit more consistent. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to call rockets the best strategy for Just Business. I would say that the best strategy is probably Molotovs, because they work almost just as well as the rockets, but they are about 6 times easier to obtain. So I think Molotovs is probably the best way to do things for Just Business. But for these purposes, I'm just going to get some rockets. Right up here. And we'll be good to go to do Running Dog. My next biggest concern is genuinely landing the plane. Serious.
Surprisingly not easy to do in Alice. There's a lot of trees, a lot of lampposts, a lot of signs that you can hit. And it's not like you can just jump out like you could normally. You actually do have to get on the ground with this thing.
But there's also no ragdoll, so if you get close enough, you can just bail and he'll stand up and go. Problem solved.
What you want me to roll with you for anyway?
No reason. I just wanted to get in the car, bootleg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, just cool out, homie. Chill.
Your cousin coming in from Mexico.
Yeah, me and her go way back. Way back.
Ah,
So I forget if the enemy on Running Dog is armed or not, because I just use a car to smash him. But I don't...
I don't know if he's armed, but regardless, I don't think he attacks you. I think he just runs away. But if you were to try to chase him down the conventional way, either way, he is, like, the route that you have, that you run down is packed with people who do shoot.
Ah, yes, okay.
There are lots of gang members who attack you.
So we just get in a quick car and go run him down. Great mission. I love the Rockstar freedom of these games.
Yeah. It's really nice to be able to just... It's even like they predicted that you were going to do it as well, because they even give you like a fixed clover,
Right.
which in terms of LS cars is pretty decent. It's it's pretty zoomy. So they even just give you like a convenient car spawn to just go and nail him if you don't get a regular car.
Quite nice. So here we are on wrong side of the tracks, and the standard speedrun stratagem for wrong side of the tracks, it can work. You can pull that off without, you know, where you jump your bike onto the top of the train. You can do that without taking damage and kill all the Vagos, but obviously it's not very consistent because you're right there next to them. So what I like to do instead is, usually what I would be doing here is driving away to go and snipe them. You can kill the driver of this train. The train stops, and you can just take out the Vagos. But I'm going to try something here, which I think is much more interesting. And I'm going to attempt to get onto the top of the train and then stealth kill the Vagos with a knife. And I hope it works out. I kind of stopped doing this because it was not working out plenty of times. Oh, I didn't jump. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
I spent a ungodly amount of time looking into this mission and how it works, and the deduction was that this mission is coded like pure ass, and none of it makes any sense the way the mission is structured. Like, as Drew was saying before about shooting the train driver and making it stop, that sounds so easy. Like, you would think like, oh, just do it, right? So what's the problem? It's not nearly as simple as you might think. Like, the train, if you shoot the driver like that, the train will just randomly start driving again, even though you've shot the driver and his head is no longer there. Nobody's driving the train. The train will just keep going on its own anyway. And it's based on your relative position to the train.
Right.
So if you go too far away from the train or get too close to it, and the zone is tiny, by the way, we're talking like a matter of units of distance in the wrong way, the train will just start moving again randomly. It's so stupid. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, it's
a wacky mission. I think it's a wacky game overall. But yeah, so
yes.
I accidentally, I don't know what happened to my brain there, but I sort of forgot to jump onto the train. But I'm still going to go for this stratagem again. One thing I will say is I'm keeping my weapons when I die right now, because I just couldn't imagine going through the effort and trouble of regaining all my weapons. So okay, and this is another reason why I don't do the, wouldn't normally do the knife strategy, because you can just get shot. It's very rare to just get shot right there driving past the train. But at this point, I think what I'll do, I didn't turn this back on, so I did lose all my weapons. Oh, this is a mess. All right.
Give me that fucking bike.
Okay. This is what I was fearful of.
I guess you could always just give yourself the weapons with the trainer.
Yeah.
You won't
okay.
have the right ammo counts, but it saves you farming all the weapons
Right.
again. We'll be here all night.
I'll just do that. Sorry about that. So instead of all of that, I'll just use the sniper rifle like I normally would have. I wanted to showcase the stealth kills on top of the train there, but take my word for it, you can stealth kill the Vagos on top of the train. The thing about it is those guys have a bunch of health and they're headshot proof, so you wouldn't normally have enough time to kill all of them before CJ is pushed off of the train or they get away or something like that. So one of the quickest and best ways to do it is actually to sneak up on them and on top of the train there and just do a stealth kill. But I won't try to show it here. I'm just failing and wasting time. So I'll just do what I normally would do, which is much more consistent, much less dangerous, and just about works every time.
Get me close, CJ. I'm about to pop these fools.
This isn't a great example of a Rockstar freedom, though, as there are a million different ways to complete this mission.
Hey, let's get out of here before the cops.
Simple and easy. No deaths, no cops, no effort, no problem. Alright. So I did go to pick up rockets earlier. Unfortunately, I lost those, so I'll give myself some rockets here. I won't use more than 10, I promise.
See you later.
Now it's time for Just Business, which is easily one of the least consistent, most frustrating missions in this entire segment. You could just die in the very first frame after this cutscene. There's actually 2 places in this one mission that you can die immediately after a cutscene. So it's really a bear, to say the least.
CJ, get in here. Oh, there you are. Use some cover. They blast like fools in this
Yeah, Rockstar, for some odd reason, some days when they were making this game, they decided to just say fuck you to the player and just spawn you right into crosshairs and unavoidable damage, which is the definition of horrendous game design, and most of the time they're smart enough to not do it. Just Business, sadly, is not one of those times. You literally spawn into 8 people shooting at you. So you spawn in, skip the cutscene, and flip a coin as to whether you drop dead or not. It is really dumb.
Yeah.
I would probably even say it contributes quite a lot to why a lot of people have not bothered to try and full game damage list this thing.
Just this mission alone, probably.
Because, yeah, and there are other missions later on which are the exact same thing. And honestly, it's just not fun to play the game for several hours at a really high level and then just drop dead 3 hours in. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right. Especially if, let's say this was intended to be a real full, straight playthrough run without damage, and all this setup that I had would have all been lost when I died just for, no reason. Everything would be, I wouldn't have any weapons and everything would be gone, which is just, quite a headache. Okay, so I think I'll survive now. Alright. It's not the best or most efficient way to do this mission, but it gets us through the mission. And here's the second time where you can just die right away. I have found that better than trying to shoot anyone or really do much at all, as soon as you spawn in here, you just run away, and normally you survive. So that's nice.
It's exactly the same thing again. You spawn in, no cover anywhere around you, 6 different guys shooting at you. Terrible. What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? Alright, so this will get us through Just Business after a little bit of an auto-scroller. Could have died there, but...
Time to return the favor, baby. Get on.
Not the best, not the cleanest, not the greatest display of how this mission should go. But that's okay. We're having fun. We're doing a lot.
They after us on the bike, Smoke.
Raising money for kids. Doesn't matter how many times you die.
Shit,
That's
man,
right.
They coming for us in the truck.
Don't tell me about it. Take it off the road. Pop it. Damn, look at all this traffic. Get out of the way. I'm coming through.
We got bikes on our 6. Smash it, Smoke.
Hold on tight, baby.
Ah, Smoke, no!
Now, I like to shoot this gun just as much as possible so that I can get my machine pistol skill as high as I can.
I'll never
Just because the higher it is, the better off you are. So I will spend as much time as I can during this auto-scroller part shooting at things that can be damaged.
They real pissed with us right now. Hold on, though. I got an idea.
Smoke, what you thinking? Flood control is a dead end, man.
The hell with that. We had to lose those cars. Don't worry about that. I know a way out. Up past
Oh, apologies. Kozilak gifted another 5 subs and requested Los Santos. Radio Los Santos.
Wow.
Sorry, we missed that, I think.
Yes, also sorry I haven't been great at keeping it on K-Rose as well, but thank you for donating to a charity foundation.
Yeah, thank you, Kozilak. That's very generous of you. Sorry we scammed you a little bit. We're only human.
Oh shit, now the truck's found us again.
Man, stop being so negative. Focus on the good news.
Such as?
We ain't dead, and your trigger finger still works, fool. I think the gearbox is screwed up on this thing. I can't get no speed.
Yeah, who next?
So in the first section, in the first part of this auto-scroller, this big truck carrying these cars, it does take damage. So you can shoot it to increase your weapon skill, but after that cutscene that we just watched, it no longer can be damaged, so shooting it won't do anything for your machine pistol skill.
Hold on.
Just something a bit interesting I learned.
On it, baby.
We still got bikes on us, man.
Man, quit bitching and shoot as many of them assholes as you can. Ooh, total dead truck.
Go around him, man.
Screw that. We taking the scenic route. Ride, motherfuckers. That's the old sewer up ahead. Shoot out the gate.
Good to know, Polyval Lord. He says after the gangster level, you don't get any more accurate until you reach Hitman, which is hours away. Still, though, I think any little bit towards Hitman is going to help you out, especially with how common this weapon is and how much of a difference it ultimately makes to reach Hitman. So you still want it to... I think I would still want to reach Hitman as quickly as possible, so I get as much experience with the weapon as I
for
can.
sure. Listen, we can't hang around here. I'll see you later, homie.
Much love, baby.
Alright, Just Business, completed. First try or something. I take this motorcycle even though I don't really need it. I've seen people better than me at San Andreas take the bike, so now I take the bike too.
It's your identity. Don't let bad memories blow your cover. We'll teach you all the things you need to alienate your family quick. They'll never think of visiting you again. Select from a list of weird religions that involve burning things, singing children's songs backwards, and loads of television worship. Andreas to escape their past. We'll help you.
It actually can't even be saved unless I move the... Oh, I already moved the Glendale out. I didn't remember doing that. Okay. So as Ben was saying, in this mission, Drive-By, you cannot get a wanted level. CJ's wanted level is locked at 0. I won't be doing anything special with that freedom of no wanted level. I'm just going to do the mission the pretty normal way. Almost all of this mission, CJ is in a car, so it's actually a very safe and easy mission for OHKO.
Ball is turf. You dogs ready?
Yeah, for sure, I'm ready.
Speed up a little.
We iced them, CJ. Let's hunt down some more.
Man, you gotta ease up some. That was way too easy. Let's go blast on some more baller food.
What you waiting for, CJ?
Let's roll.
Find us some more ballers so
You
we
always
can
crash,
catch
CJ.
No more pedestrians, okay?
Smash on the car, smash. Yeah, Grove is back, man. Grove is back.
Yeah, for sure. They was slipping, man.
Man, I'm shocked you ain't get his kill, CJ.
You're down with the Grove and the ballers know it. So watch yourself from now on, CJ.
Yeah, for sure. You know that. I'll see y'all later.
Here, take this. Go get yourself some beers.
Hey.
All right, slightly dangerous mission here, could be, depending on how you do it. Since the car is oh so safe, I will yet again be using that. I typically, in my experience, I typically need to use 2 different cars to complete this mission the right way, because they shoot the car so much that I'll have to switch before being able to take all of them out with the same car. And that, I think, is due to the way the accuracy works in this game. So, most times, I guess, well, you drive a car to here anyway, so I don't know exactly what they intended, but I think that when you get here after driving in a car, the enemy accuracy will be bugged even if you get back out. So you would, a casual player might... just a moment, please. Darn. That's annoying. Okay, I'll just do that mission again. No problem. Unfortunate. I was hoping I'd be able to shoot that guy that was crouched on the stairs. I was hoping I'd be able to do a little drive-by on him as he was crouched there, but it didn't work out that way. So the thing about him is he will actually walk down the stairs so that you can go and smash him with your car. I just needed to get away from him, and when I came back, if I had survived that car explosion, when I came back, he probably would have walked down from the stairs, and I would have smashed him with a new car, and gone about my way on the mission. But no big deal. It only takes a couple of minutes to get right back to where I was. Not worried about it.
Hey.
Okie dokie, let's try that again. Just go ahead and switch cars here. Have as little funny business as possible from this point. Okay, we're back.
That's my brother. Get a car, we'll meet you out front.
So from what I've seen, when you use the car, the four-door car that is still there for you, it's like the gear doesn't go all the way up or something, so it stays slow. It stays locked to a slow speed. I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm just scratching the surface on figuring out what all that's about, but I wanted to use a different car there. Ben, do you know anything about what's happening with that car in this mission?
You want her number?
Is it slower than it should be or something?
Oh, on Sweet's Girl, yeah. For some odd reason, they just add weight to whatever car that you are, in the marker in. I assume it's to try and, like, A, potentially make the chase more difficult on the way back, and B, to kind of simulate the fact that you've got several people in the car with you.
Okay, sure.
But it's really dumb because you always, so many times you drive with a full car with yourself, Big Smoke, who weighs like 600 pounds, Ryder and Sweet,
right?
And they never do it again. They only do it in that particular mission.
So it is just any car, not the, I thought it was only the car that they already had there for you, the car that presumably Sweet showed up in, but it's just any car, is that right?
Just any car that you hit that marker at some point between you hitting the marker and you gaining control, it just adds weight to the car.
Interesting. Just SA things.
Just SA things. You actually got me curious now exactly what they do. I assume they just add weight to the car, but I'm gonna go and have a look around in the files and see what I can find. Because I had the exact same thing. I had the same thing where I wasn't sure if it was a thing, and I thought I was going crazy.
Yes.
For a while. But now I'm certain.
Yeah, when I brought that up just now, I was really concerned that you were going to say, Drew, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not any slower at all. You could have really gaslighted me there.
No, all good. It definitely does happen.
You up for a bounce, homie?
I should have max wagered that guy. I could have taken all his money. Could have taken him for everything he's worth. I have strong confidence in my car dancing ability here. You may be able to guess that this is not so dangerous of a mission. Just do a little hopping. There's really no way for it to go south. But this is the game we love. Everybody's done it. Everybody knows it. Furthermore, this mission and this part also gives you another nice chance to drink a little bit of water, maybe to use the restroom from the last time you were hydrating. Because once you get to about, I don't really know, I think the opposition never really scores higher than like 1,300 or something like that. So once you're a little bit past that, you have a comfortable lead on him, you can just miss all of these, let them play out, and do whatever it is you need to do. Take a small break from the screen. Which is a great thing.
I seen worse, but you did all right.
I think I found it, and I think I was slightly misinformed.
Okay. What do you know?
I think what it does instead, looking at the script, all that it does instead is it sets the car, whatever car you're in, maximum speed to 60 units, I guess.
Wow.
So instead of it being heavy, it artificially caps the speed of the car.
Bizarre. And that really is bizarre, because even in that Greenwood, I think a casual player would notice it pretty immediately and say, like, why am I not driving at full speed? Why is my car messed up? And they didn't play test it, or they didn't care what the player thought there. I mean, I think it would be evident to just about anyone that you're driving slower than you should be while holding W.
I think it's this line. I'm going to put it in the chat for the code monkeys. I think it's this. Unless... Oh, wait, there are several instances of this, so this could be a different car. Oh, I think 60 might be the enemies, because there's several of them. Let me look for... Car set max speed.
I was talking to you. What's your problem? Promise me you won't talk to CJ. You need there.
That's the phone. That's the phone. Right there, that record there. Yeah, that's the phone.
There's 2 more instances of them setting it to 20 as well.
Yo, we roll. See you later, homie.
But I don't see anything of them changing the weight of the car, so I do think that is what it is, with my very limited code monkey brain.
Wow.
It just seems to be that they just hard cap the max speed. By quite a lot, too.
Bizarre.
They gut it. Yeah. There you go. Mystery possibly solved.
That's awesome. That's just what we're here for, learning new things about San Andreas, still, after all these years.
You want a grand or something?
Radio Los Santos, another weather report for you. I'm hearing we got some real bad weather coming in, so that's what I'm being told. Just about the music. Bringing you the sound of downtown Los Santos and the whole West Coast, the sound of the street out here right now.
So for now, I'm just going to keep doing OG Loc missions, and hopefully I will do them all until the OG Loc missions come back to the Grove Street side of the map.
This next one's a real doozy. Or a real Droosy, if you will.
Leave this asshole to me, ladies.
Yes, Mad Dog's Rhymes is it's slow for OHKO. The safest and perhaps only way to do it without taking damage is to do it as intended, as the developers intended. You just have to do it slowly and sneakily and stealth your way through the entire mansion, killing everybody one at a time, because the first part of this mission blocks you from scrolling your weapons, so the only thing you can use is a knife. even if you there are no other weapons to pick up, so you have to use the knife. And for that reason, you are severely under-equipped to fight at all with any of the other armed guys inside. So you just have to slowly sneak around, spend some time hiding in the shadows, and do it the way they wanted you to. Nice and quiet, very immersive.
Yeah, so everyone keep your voices down.
You can listen to the sweet ASMR noises of CJ's nostrils. We wait for this man to pass in front. And then we go give him...
I think this is the worst one, because he takes forever. He's so slow.
Right. Moving right along. Crouch right past this guy, as they tell you to, in the top left. I always make sure to take out this guy, because he'll still be there after picking up the rhyme book, and he will actually notice you as you kill the guy that spawns in the doorway, which you'll see in a moment. Make sure you go this way so that this guy doesn't get you as you come around the corner.
Reminder that on Definitive Edition, when you go into the bar area, the bartender just spots you every single time.
Really?
Even if you do exactly as the game tells you to, yeah. And the funniest part is there's literally an achievement on Definitive Edition to get in and out of this without getting spotted, and it's bugged. So you have to do like very particular movement to not get spotted. But if you follow what the game tells you to do, it doesn't work.
Wow.
Classic Definitive Edition.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that is all of the potential threats inside this building. That's just about mission completed. We can get ourselves out of here. And carefully down the mountain. There are, of course, multiple ways you could safely get down the mountain, but I'm going to do one of the more dangerous ways, slightly more dangerous ways. It's not anything bad, but you just jump off. It can go south, but of course it doesn't.
So what? It's just a gap.
I like to get into a car right away because you can crash on a motorbike or bicycle, and you're totally safe in a car. Down the mountain in a car, back to the burger shot, mission passed, nice and long.
I got what you wanted.
Holmes, you ice cold, dude.
Now, if I remember rightly,
Peace, Holmes.
this next mission, management issues, it's not time sensitive, I don't think. Never mind, it is. Sorry. That's
It is. It's just more. It's just available more often than it isn't.
Right.
It's a weird one. There's only 5 hours where you can't access it.
And here we are in that 5-hour window, so we will once again drive back
sorry,
to...
7 hours between 5 a.m. and 12 p.m.
Yeah, right. I'll go elect to do some Cesar Villalpando high-stakes low-rider racing right now. not a huge deal. All the missions have to get done.
Why are you...
Accidentally fell off the bridge here. That was not... Actually, yeah, it was intended. This is one of the safer ways to flip your car. No, I'm just joking around. I did not mean to be here.
The safer way to traverse the map without getting shot by random people.
Yeah, right. You just walk on foot through the sewer tunnels.
6 hour long LS segment.
Let's see. What's the best way to do this here? There we go. Okay. Okay, let's move on.
What's your poison? Green or gin?
All right, another OHKO boring mission, because there's really no way to die here. You can, of course, flip your car and then have something else unfortunate happen there on the road, but for the most part, that won't be happening here, and we'll just do the race very normally, pretty casually, just getting through the missions of LS. Now, it isn't technically necessary for us right now, but one thing I do like to do is get a little hot dog at the end of this mission, because CJ can and will die from hunger. So I like to take this quick moment to get a little bit of food to prevent that. And we will head back to OG Loke to finish up management issues and then start house party. This mission is once again almost entirely safe. There is you can fail to successfully get the body in the water, and then these you know, the bodyguards will chase after you, and that can be a bit of a problem. But I think I've figured out how to not figured out how to not have them notice me as I dump the car. So I won't be worried about that.
I'm interested to see what you've come up with, because as far as I know, it's completely random.
Well, what I've found is that I think I just need to go a little bit farther away. I just need to jump off of the road and into the water at a specific location that's a little farther than what I was previously jumping. I'll show you in just a moment.
Yeah, I guess basically random comes with like the asterisk. As long as you do it, you know, the speedrun way,
right.
It's random.
Right.
But I opted to do it the intended way, to take them all the way to the bridge, but then, or like the jetty, all the way at the beach. But then you're stuck in Baller's territory with not really a lot going for you.
Alright, so we are, they did notice me. I think they get out before they shoot. Yeah, they'll get out before they shoot.
Yeah, they do.
So I can just get in a car pretty
simply
simply
here. The issue is
here.
there's just a lot of them.
Okay. I'm a little bit worried about this. I don't know exactly what to do. I think what I'm going to try here is... I don't know. This is kind of bad.
I would probably drive away and let them run after you and, you know, separate themselves, rather than like all shooting you at once.
Let's get these guys out of their car.
Where did the other car go?
Oh, no. Yeah, the other car, I think, fell into the water somehow. Something like that happened. Man,
okay.
This is brutal.
I'm having that.
So what I can say is I did this mission twice last night before showing up today, so to make sure that I was that I'd be able to do it, and both times it worked the way I expected it to, and I thought to myself, okay, well, I won't have any problems with that. And of course it all breaks down.
Yeah, I definitely think management issues need some more testing, some more theorizing, because I definitely think there probably is a fairly easy way to get it done. It's just hasn't quite been figured out yet.
I didn't have great execution in getting the car off the road and into the water as soon as I could. I had some traffic blocking me and just didn't really drive the right way, so I'm going to try it once again and hope to be just a little bit luckier and a lot better execution.
What's up, man?
I think I have rockets right now still. I don't know whether for sure if I would have still had rockets if I didn't have, 10,000 of them or something, but it doesn't matter terribly once the car... Okay, now I've got to go and get this repaired. Wow. Yeah, I think the backup is to take it towards the beach, I believe, and jump off a dock there or just from the shore into the water. And the enemies never really follow you down there, but as I said, I did this the right way and didn't have any issues with it twice last night in a row, back to back, I'm fairly certain. And so I am confident that I'll be able to pull this off here. I'd say it's unusual for it to not work. My God. So you can also get these guys to just fall off into the water as well, which will do them in. Now I'm in the water. This is terrible because these guys are going to probably get out above me, potentially shoot me while I'm here in the water. What a headache. What a headache. Alright, it's going to be okay. It's going to be alright. Let's just take these guys out if possible. Right. That is a very sloppy way to do management issues without taking damage, and we'll move on to the next mission, House Party. I'll go ahead and hit Burning Desire on the way back towards Grove Street. Now, in regards to no damage, Burning Desire is fairly simple, pretty straightforward. You just have to be extra careful about not accidentally walking into some fire. And for the Vagos that remain outside of the house as you approach for the first time, you just squish them with a car. Quite a lot of car squishing in the San Andreas OHKO run. The car's protection is unmatched. I think I said it earlier, you almost want to be in a car anytime you can. Anytime the mission allows for it, anytime that you can kill enemies with a car, like while you're inside a car, that's pretty much the best way to do it. So these guys are already outside. Squish them with ease. Do a little drive-by if you need to. Don't blow up your car. Now there's one more man. Gonna wait for him to get into a slightly better place. Kill him. So, a car full of Vagos will show up. But they won't show up, or at least in my experience, they don't show up until you throw the first Molotov through the window. So before that happens, I'm just going to set this car up in a slightly better place, a new car, so that this car doesn't explode. So now I'll have this car for myself here. I'll start throwing Molotovs. By the time those guys have showed up, I'll have 3 Molotovs in these 3 windows. And I will smash them all with the car. Simple. Now we're scot-free. The last enemy in this mission is fire, which I'll be good enough to get around this time. And that's that. Nothing to it. I don't have any shotgun or anything like that, so I won't be sliding, unfortunately. Sorry, slide enjoyers. You just get footsteps.
If you're an absolute legend, you can slide with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think I've practiced it, but
Quit panicking. I'm on it. I'm on it.
I've seen a couple maestros pull that one off.
Quickly! Quickly! Hurry up! Put it out! Put it out!
That's cool.
That was close. Denise almost got me killed. Okay. San Andreas, ladies and gentlemen.
I was nearly dead there.
Good reference for that is wait until she's past the yellow chair.
Yeah.
It's the
Noted.
reference that I always use.
Noted.
Where you live?
Just off Grove Street.
No shit. What you doing in Vargo's Hill?
I like to live dangerously. You're CJ, right?
Yeah, how you know me?
Everybody in the Grove knows you and your brother. I thought you'd run away.
I never ran away, okay? I just needed to get away from shit.
This is my place here.
Hey, what's your name?
Denise Robinson. Give me a call sometime. We should go out or something.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, I'll catch you later, CJ.
Very good. Burning Desire, no damage by the skin of our teeth. Moving along. I'll just try to go ahead and do house party now, but what I do want to see before I do this, before I get myself too deep here, I want to see if this Tampa, which I expect to be impervious to all forms of damage, is actually. And to do that,
Rusty brown donut eating gangster.
I'm going to wheel it outside a bit. I'm going to kick it and see if it starts smoking just from CJ's kicks. After 30 kicks or so, it won't take too long to tell. Okay, I think it's fine. It's working as intended. Otherwise, it would be at least white smoking by now. Okay, this is good.
Give me a dap.
Great.
Yo, dude.
In that case, let's do house party.
Hell.
Oh, right.
Hey, homie.
Take your positions. Carl, get some cover.
So I like to run away right away.
What y'all waiting for?
Hop in the all-proofs Tampa. And get to squishing. I think it's so satisfying to be able to do this. Just to have enemies just unload their weapons into your car and just completely unfazed. It feels like it shouldn't be possible without cheats.
In GTA 3 Toughened, the final mission is a bunch of guys with 100% accurate M16s. So they just slaughter you if you get even within close to range of them. But there is also a bulletproof car that spawns, if you know where it is, like a secret spawn. And it's exactly the same thing. You can imagine like 15 guys all just blasting your car, and you should be dead within a second.
Right.
Like, it should blow you up immediately. But it just eats all the damage. It's really satisfying.
Right. So, somewhat interestingly, when you kill, the moment you kill every enemy Bala on this mission, this happens, and CJ is transported, he's teleported or respawned outside of his car, and if you don't have the car back in the garage when this happens, then you will lose the car. So I have just lost the all-proofs Tampa, which would be reset worthy, which is very bad. But thankfully I don't need to continue on, so that's really the only time that I even would have used the all-proofs Tampa. Normally I would have hoped to leave a few guys in this alley alive, kill everyone else, put the Tampa back in the garage, come back around to kill the last guys while the Tampa's in the garage. So that's another failure on my part, but it won't matter. It's okay. Still there? Question mark? What? Was it? It wasn't. Oh. What? Hey, it's back. Saved.
I think the reason you might have thought that it despawned all the time before is on Grove Street, where the cutscene is playing, they probably have a despawn radius for everything to clean up.
Right. And so,
everything on Grove Street.
And so the car was parked somewhere here.
So if the car is there.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. If the car's on Grove Street, it, is in a radius to despawn.
Works for me.
Oh, there you go. Not a failure.
Get in, fool. Where is this old motherfucker? When the hell is he?
Relax, man. We ain't there yet.
Yeah, right, Carl. You always right. That's my homie, Mr. Right.
Shut up.
You can't stop me.
Who can't?
Whatever.
Nothing dangerous whatsoever in this mission. You just have to get through it. This is one of those ones that you just have to do. I doubt there's many among us who enjoy this mission, but it is required.
My favorite part of this mission is when it can just randomly insta-fail for no reason.
Is that right?
Yeah, you can just go into the house and the noise meter just raises up, even though you're not making any noise, and you just fail. Just like that. Nothing you can do about it. Game of the century, by the way.
Indeed.
Coming, CJ.
Oh,
I rigged you, Viet Cong bastards!
that's all right.
What I tell y'all? We making a killing.
Okay, let's just not fail the mission here. Let's not do something silly.
You a
Exhilarating.
natural breaker, homie.
I felt like I was really there.
Let's get up out of here.
That's my man right there, Kid Frost with La Raza. That right there is going out to all the Raza in the East LS. Y'all keep the body on lockdown. This is how we do it. Check it out.
All right, now we straight. LB got a storage garage down in Seville Boulevard, family turf we could use.
I'm on it. Seriously, body man. You gotta give up your stick.
What? Man, I give up the water if you give up
Right.
being
We do a little tomfoolery, burglarizing a man's house.
buster.
Back to the garage.
Get you, fool.
Continue to the next mission, which should be
I'm gonna tell you something.
Did I hear something? Sound like
perhaps
the
robbing
boss
Uncle Sam.
complaining
Oh no,
again.
Catalyst, I think.
Man, this is child.
Yeah, Catalyst first.
Now they cleaning the whole shit up. They ain't playing, man.
You see, I told you. Simple.
Which are all pretty much free missions as well.
Right.
Say, CJ.
Riders missions aren't particularly combat focused. Even though literally his final mission you go and rob guns from the army, but it's surprisingly little combat for you.
Right.
Okay, look, I'm tired. I'll see you later.
All right, Holmes. Just think about what I said.
What up, though? What?
Okay. More rider missions and more enemies on the road while I get to be in a car. So you know what that means? More squishing.
I ain't got the energy for it, man.
Well, don't go roll the damn car over and blow us all up in flames then.
Nah, I ain't rising to your shit, man.
Good. Means you concentrate on the road then.
You love to give a homie a hard time.
Just trying to keep my soldiers alive, nigga.
By nagging them to death.
Watch the road, motherfucker. The road. Yeah, here we go.
That's our train, all right.
The one big thing to look out for here is not running over Ryder. And this guy will jump off sometimes, or get scared off, whatever it is. I can pretty quickly and easily run over him. Eventually. A few more dangerous men show up, and we squish them too.
Look like Tenpenny told every gang in South Central.
Man, we gonna smoke those ball ass.
Without killing Ryder, of course.
Go check out the train, CJ.
I will also try to pick up a few rounds for my micro Uzi. Nice and clean. Simple.
Damn, what is that?
Chill out, fool. We gonna be right behind you. Throw me some boxes, CJ. Damn, not so hard. Nice throw, fool. Shit, I nearly dropped that one. Trying to kill me. And another one. Okay, CJ, that's all I can carry. Hop in the car and stab out, fool. Man, we got one time on our tail. Head back to Grove Street, fool.
Oh, shit!
Okie dokie, back to Grove Street, and now we'll head to Officer Tenpenny after this to do gray imports. Which is probably the most fun mission to do, in my opinion. That's not sarcasm, it's actually fun, I think.
Damn, stuff was tight.
There are...
Which strategy do you do for this now?
Yeah, there are so many different ways to do this without taking damage. You can fly a dodo and use the grenades. You can do all sorts of things. I think what I'll do here is continue to use the all-proofs Tampa, just because it's fun. And I think it will guarantee me a little more safety. So I'm just gonna... Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking gray imports, but I forgot about robbing Uncle Sam. So I'll do gray imports later. But yeah, I think I'll use the all-proofs Tampa for whatever that mission is called. Gray imports.
You think you can roll this van without killing us both?
Hey, Ryder, where we going?
Ocean docks.
How we get this van? It wasn't outside when I came through.
My homie
Yeah, the strat of getting onto the roof and throwing grenades and killing him through the roof is pretty geeky, but it works.
It works.
Surprisingly effective. The only issue is that he can move inside the building in a seemingly erratic way.
Right,
so.
and there's no great way to tell if you're hitting him or not. So you can just exhaust all of your grenades or all of your rockets or something, and then like you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only downfall to it. There might be a way to, like shoot in a certain direction to like maybe make him go into a corner or something, get him stuck. Like, it needs to be looked into a bit more.
So I will punch this through the wall. Very happy that you can do that. This mission would probably be genuinely challenging if you couldn't just punch that open. And I'll get to squishing.
Hey, stop where you are!
A really nice strat you can employ, I don't know if you've seen me do this or anybody else, Droosy, is if you have grenades here, you can throw a grenade and blow up this, what's it called? The panel. And for some reason, that just makes everybody in here not attack you.
Really?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's using the speedrun. You can literally just run in, grab the forklift, and they just stare at you.
And the trick to making that happen, making them not aggressive, is exploding the keypad, is that right?
Yeah, it's literally just run in, throw a grenade at the keypad. I don't know exactly, how it works, but it's 100% consistent.
Cool. Well, thanks for teaching me that. I probably will continue to use that.
No worries. Sure, I can find like a VOD somewhere on my YouTube to send it to you.
I think something I'd like to add while I do this mission is I am in fact forklift certified in real life. Yes, that's right. That is right. I can do this in real life better than I can do it in GTA San Andreas.
Shit, CJ. Shit.
And if you want other forklift certified drivers, you should maybe consider donating a little bit of money to the Kids Save the Children Foundation so that they can also grow up and become forklift certified. Everybody needs a little forklift in their life.
Come on, CJ. We got enough. CJ, get up front and drive us out of here.
This guy I'm just going to trap under my forklift. Get in the truck, and we're off.
LB got us a spot in Willowfield. Hit the gas. Damn, man, these idiots just don't give up.
What's happening back there?
These part-time soldiers got a chip on their shoulder.
Nice rhymes, man. Hey, we real heavy. Toss some crates.
All right, check it out. Sound the horn, I throw a crate at them.
It's time to hit the phones.
Hey Johnny, this is Daryl calling in. I just want to say one thing.
Pizza boy. Yeah, and somehow that's CJ taking guns from the U.S. military without any damage whatsoever. Great. All right, we will now head to Gray Imports. Officer Tenpenny. In this van.
Sometimes you make the wrong move and get jumped. If you make the wrong move and need money fast, we're here to capitalize on that. Some people are destined to make the wrong move over and over.
One other thing I will need, well, I was going to say one thing I'll need is an AK-47, and that is actually for the main guy that you need to kill for this mission. Executing the all proofs Tampa strat like I will be, I'll reach a point where I get a certain angle, a vantage angle on the guy that I need to kill for the mission. And I just shoot him in the head over and over and over again until he finally dies and the mission is passed. But instead of doing that, I think I'll just use the rockets that I still have, and we just won't mind too much. I'd really like this car. Thank you.
Do it. Here's another record, man. I'm gonna keep you locked and loaded on RLS, Radio Los Santos.
So I learned that the marker on this mission is interesting because it gives the car that you drive into the marker, it sets the proofs of the vehicle to, I think, explosion proof. Maybe something else, but I know that it's explosion proof. So what I did once, the reason that I found this out is I drove my all proofs Tampa, a different run. I similarly had the all proofs Tampa, and I drove it into this marker. And then it exploded later because of gunfire. And how could this be? And it's because that marker there, which you have to trigger, resets the proofs, even if you already have proofs on your vehicle. So I now drive into that marker with a different car, and then take that car to the garage to pick up the all proofs Tampa and drive it back. Now that may seem like a lot to do for Gray Imports, but the thing about it is, previously, the minigun was, I'll say, required to do this mission. because you spook the guy out from where he's hiding in the warehouse inside the building, and then you gun him down with the minigun as he runs past. Problem over. Mission done. So you need the minigun for that, and the only real way to get a minigun is to, as we mentioned, fly to Las Venturas during the drive-by mission, and that just takes so much longer. And the thing about it is, why I'm bringing this up, is driving to the Tampa and then driving the Tampa back is still much faster than driving, getting in a plane, flying all the way to LV, flying back, landing the plane, all of this. So it's still considerably less time commitment, I think.
I think in this route, surely it's faster to take the Tampa with you, start the mission with it, and then take it to near the marker, then just grab a car off the street, drive it into the marker, then grab the Tampa.
Yeah, that might work. Alright, so I think that's everybody outside. What I'll do here is not catch on fire. Pop out. Shoot this down. Back in my safety mobile. We'll drive right into the warehouse.
Check it out, y'all. You tuned in to Radio Los Santos with me, your man.
Remarkably squeezing the car through the corners and making it happen.
You can actually fit all the way through here.
All the way through.
God damn.
Don't touch that dial.
Now you'd never have the car health to be able to do this with the standard car, so it's really nice that the Tampa is bulletproof. It's definitely unconventional in it. Yeah, it takes a while, but I think it's interesting and fun. Okay, and once everybody on the ground is dead, you can pretty safely get out of the Tampa here, I think. I just don't want CJ to end up somewhere I don't expect him to. Okay, this is fine. I'll just go ahead and use the sniper rifle to take care of these guys. I think normally I'd be doing this with an AK-47, but it doesn't really matter. That should be everybody, I believe. Now I can safely come up here. Like that. If I remember right. Okay. That guy. Now, the guy that you need to kill is here. I would just shoot the rocket, but I'm worried about it potentially hitting something else, so I'm just going to put some rounds into him here. I definitely would not have the sniper rifle ammo normally to be able to do that, but it's okay. It's okay. The idea is the same. And then you drive the all-proofs Tampa back out. For our purposes, we could really not even bother with it. I won't need this again, but I'll keep it normal. I'm always struggling to get this out, especially front ways. So I like to try to turn the car around and get it out with the reverse, which usually works pretty well. We can drive this back to the garage and we can go and start Doberman. Another pizza boy.
Guess at this point you could even just take this with you for Doberman, right?
I could. I don't think it will really help me much, though. Yeah, I'll just bring it with me. There's no reason to... I mean, even if it doesn't help or gets despawned or something, I won't need it again. So I'll just take it right away.
Bringing you the sounds of downtown Los Santos and the whole West Coast. The sound of the street out here right now.
Have a nice, long, unskippable cutscene. More hydration time. Thank you, San Andreas. Trying to keep my soldiers alive. So something that I actually appreciate about this game is to initiate a gang war, CJ must be on foot. It does make starting the gang war a bit challenging to do without taking damage, but I think it's okay. It's worth it. I feel like there would be some integrity or sanctity lost if you were able to start a gang war in a car. Maybe not if you were shooting. That might make sense if you were like doing a drive-by, but if you just squish people in your car and can start a gang war, it makes sense, but I like that you have to get out. Adds a little bit of realness to it. So the thing about it is starting a gang war is actually the hardest part of doing a gang war without damage, is initiating it. Because you have to be on foot and you're exposed to anything that can happen. Additionally, not only are you exposed to whatever can happen, the game often spawns an enemy gang member right behind you as you initiate a gang war, or a cop or something like that. They'll just suddenly spawn. You have a 1-star wanted level with a gun in your hand and you're immediately shot, or the balla is there right behind you for no reason, just all of a sudden, and shoots you dead as you initiate a gang war. But if you can start a gang war, whether or not you have an all-proofs Tampa to protect you, once you're started, it's mostly pretty simple. Definitely straightforward and mostly pretty easy, I'd say, once it's started. There's just one more enemy on this mission. He himself is not much of a threat, but since CJ just spawns in a certain location outside of his car, anything can be going on outside. You can get run over by this ambulance, or there could be a group of ballas that are just happen to be right next to you when you spawn after this cutscene, and they could shoot you right away. So it does happen. You can die right here, but usually it doesn't, and I'll say probably I won't die. I just want to get in a car
Did you know that with this
right
particular
away.
NPC, his dialogue is actually different depending on how many times you've attempted the mission?
Really?
Yeah, fun bit of trivia there for you.
Do you know how many different things he says?
No. The only reason I know that it's different is because when you dupe the mission, obviously it's the second instance of the mission. and he says something different the second time. That's all I know.
Wow.
There could be a third and a fourth for all I know, but there's definitely 2 at least.
Cool.
I don't know why. It's very strange, but...
Alrighty, we have made it to... Oh, I always forget about Los Sepulcros until just now. I was going to say we made it to reuniting the families, but that's not true just yet. We still have Los Sepulcros to do. Free mission, very easy. It involves squishing. That's right. My favorite. Oh.
Carl, what's up, baby?
We gonna need some allies.
Okay.
Prove you ain't no baller or no buster, homie. You give a shit about your set, bitch?
It's families for life, CJ.
Hey, get in the car, fool.
We go around back to left Sepulcros and sneak over the wall.
Kane, ain't that cat front yard royalty?
Yeah, so if there's a hit or trouble, he's a no-show.
I will take this time to branch out from the route a little bit and grab an AK-47, which may be needed for reuniting the families.
How crazy is this run that you've gone through all of this torment and turmoil already, and you're still not even at the worst mission in the segment?
Really, I know it. It's yeah, it is brutal. It is brutal.
We gotta get there early, CJ.
I think I've been doing San Andreas OHKO, practicing and learning about San Andreas OHKO for, I don't know, I'm going to throw a dart at it and say about 100 to 150 total hours. And at this point, what I know is it's just about brutal enough for me to call it, to give up. It's hard for me to do that because the challenge really does mean a lot to me, but it's gnarly. It's a mind bender. Right. So this car that you show up with, as soon as you start this, and oh yeah, it's locked here. I thought that the car doors were locked for some reason, but you're right. You can't move this car anymore. But I want a car for the squishings, so I'll have to get out and source my own car. You're supposed to hop over the fence there, right? But you can just get in a car and drive around. Thank you, San Andreas Freedom. Very cool. You can drive right past the Ballas and Kane. Now there's a tiny bump here, which has thrown me off in the past, this bump here on the right side, and you can drive straight into Sweet and kill him and fail the mission. I've done that a couple of times. Too many times.
And wait for Kane.
But you can trigger this inside your car. You stay inside the car after the cutscene here. And you can do a bit of squishing.
CJ, you take care of Kane. You guys take care of these other marks.
It's not exactly as straightforward as you might hope. Considering the accuracy that the enemies have, they can pretty quickly put your car on fire, which gets detrimental quick. But it's not unheard of to switch cars even. Not the end of the world to switch cars. Kill Kane.
getaway car.
I think I'll get away with this just fine.
Check it out, yo, Julio G, Radio
Let's
Los Santos.
squish
Check
him.
the little weather, man. I gotta tell you, because I hate when it rains out here, but the weatherman is telling me to expect a little rain today. So
all right.
make sure to bring your umbrella, get you a nice coat, and make sure the windshield wipers are working in your car, like me, man, because I gotta go buy some. So
Simple and easy. Man, is it a great thing how safe CJ is when he's in a car. Really great thing.
Okay, everybody in, let's roll.
If CJ could be shot in a car like Nico can be shot in a car, this challenge, this idea to do the game, or just about even just this segment without damage would be
Surely impossible.
unspeakably more irritating and damn near impossible. I would say impossible. If CJ could be shot in cars, impossible.
Impossible to the point where, like, you would just need so much luck. It would just be like playing the lottery
Yes.
to try and do it.
Yeah.
Because you would just... The strategy would be to get in a car and hope you don't get shot.
Oh my god, yeah. If CJ could be shot in a car, I don't think that you would necessarily congratulate the person who completes that run. You would just ask them if they're all right. I mean,
Yeah.
it would require...
Offer them professional help.
Yes. I will pay for your therapy.
Yeah, give them a number to call.
But fortunately, we don't live in that timeline, and we get safety, complete safety, while we're in cars, so that makes this doable and plausible. All right, time for reuniting the families.
Everybody go home, stay low. We ain't seen each other all day. Copy?
Good luck.
I'll catch you later, Carl.
I could stand to get grenades, but I don't have them now, and I don't want to cheat them in. I'll just go like this. I think I'll be okay. I think I'll have everything I need here. We're gonna crush this first try. It's all gonna be fine.
Say, CJ, you gonna crash the car again?
I would.
The thing that makes reuniting the family so absurd is, again, just due to how it's coded. Like, there's so many different problems with it. There are certain enemies that have ridiculous accuracy that are just coded in like that for seemingly no reason. There are certain enemies that don't even have accuracy at all, and they're just scripted to fire a gun every X frames at you instead.
And
they are 100% laser accurate.
This part as well. After you skip this cutscene, you can just be killed walking into, like, even right now, CJ could have died. But yeah, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's absolutely a great point. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, it's spawning again into crosshairs. Like, yeah, it's so bizarre. And this is, while you do have quite a fair amount of freedom, this is one of these missions that they just decided to code it like a complete piece of shit for no reason. So usually, if you were able to like somehow clip into the finale with Sweet, you might be able to skip having to fight these guys. But this mission has like 7 or 8 different triggers that you need to hit throughout the corridors before you even spawn in the later parts. So even if you were to somehow clip into the back of the hotel, it would be useless because you would have to go backwards and respawn in everything anyway.
Bam! Cops coming in from behind.
So there seemingly is no way to skip this that we know of right now. Which sucks, because having to do this the hard way is rough when you're in a really tight, close quarters environment like this. With AI that is sometimes unpredictable. It's not fun.
Okay, not the best way to do that, but we continue.
That guy in particular as well is pure bullshit, that guy who just rushed through there. Because sometimes he can get stuck in the hotel room on the right-hand side, and he will be trying to rush towards you, but never will. And there's absolutely no way to know whether he's in that room or sat right around the corner waiting for you. And if you guess wrong, you're dead. He will just shoot you instantly.
Okay, and then one more guy up top here that I'll get the perfect little CSGO angle on. Don't want to walk into fire. Where is he? Oh, I think he died from the rocket. Got it. Right. So there's a number of ways to do this section here, but I think I'm going to copy my friend Polyvalord and not die when I miss this shot. Definitely not die.
Repeat, unit down. Give me.
Darn. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that guy who killed Drew just there is the dude who just... He's not even like a real NPC. He's literally just like a scripted event. It's so daft. And he does not miss you. If you are within his line of sight, he doesn't miss. Because he doesn't have a % accuracy. He just lasers you. He's literally scripted to shoot you perfectly. Yeah, you have a matter of milliseconds to kill him before he kills you. It really is stupid.
Truly. Yeah, right, 2 hours, as you said, 2 hours of this just to reach that, right?
Just to drop dead on one of the last guys that you fight. It's such a joke. Your only saving grace is that he shoots on a fixed cycle. So if you are quick enough, you can wait for him to stop shooting and then pop out and shoot him very quick. But again, you have a matter of seconds.
Try to give CJ a break, man. He's practically turned the glove around by himself. And I was just telling a joke on the little nigga.
Everything you do is a joke, right?
That ain't true.
And then with the necessity of rockets, you know, just for this mission even, let's say that well, I was going to say I would have to go and get rockets all over again, which is true, but I meant like to refill ammo. But, you know, if you die here, normally you would have lost all those weapons and you're going to have to go and source the rocket all over again and get the AK all over again. I mean, it really is truly brutal. I mean that.
Yeah, if you're going for like segment or even like full runs or even segments of this, if you die, it's probably just worth resetting due to pure time of getting weapons back and stuff. It just takes so long. You're better off just closing the game and doing something else with your time.
Legit. Alright, we'll let these guys come down.
Bam! Cops coming in from behind.
Should kill both of them. Yes, it does. I'll just continue on with the rockets here. Just get through this, why don't we?
Get into positions.
Let's see who's back here. Anybody rushing me? Yes. Oh no. Okay, got really fortunate there. Was quite lucky.
You don't need it now.
Let's move on.
Get some suppressing fire in there.
Huh?
A rocket for the guy back here, and hopefully the guy up top as well. I think. Right. So we're back to the section I just died at. Now, what I usually do here is jump across to the other side of the room. And I'll say it works normally, and it does make, for me, in my experience, it makes it easier to get the guy who comes out from the top of the rafters there, top of the ceiling there. If you're on the left side, I don't know. It's just that if you don't make it across, then you know you could have done something better. But I think most times I safely make it across, so I'm just going to go for it here. Jump across. I didn't die somehow, which is really good. Kill that guy. Now, I will...
Unit down, repeat, unit down.
Just like that.
Fire.
So the great thing about it is, I think he only takes one bullet or something like that to actually kill him, drop him from the rafters. So if you just kill this guy,
he doesn't have a health bar at all.
Right. You just kill that guy and look up, and you'll be able to get him just fine. There's one more guy on the left side here. I'll give him a rocket. He should definitely have died from that, but you never know with this crazy game.
What took you? We're smoking.
All right. There's just one more real enemy, and that's the helicopter, which is quite a bear. For a while, we were using the pause buffered grenade to get it out, but the rocket is faster and cleaner. But you can still die right away. But we pull through this time.
Now imagine getting all the way to there and then
dying
just
from your
getting
own,
dropped
you
by the
know,
heli.
explosion or something like that. But right after the cutscene, just shot immediately. Nothing you can do. Didn't even have time to prepare a grenade.
Hit the gas! Hey man, I'm running low.
Right, so this auto-scroller is almost a complete sleeper fest, even for OHKO. But there are, of course, two major enemies that can still wreck your run just with their hand. Just with their fisticuffs, they can still put you down. I'll point them out. They're the only guys that hop on your car. There's two cops that hop on your car, and both of them can punch CJ, dealing him damage, even right here. Instead of the car, they don't damage the car, they damage CJ, and CJ will take a bit of damage and roll off and die, and you'll have to go again. From the start of the mission. Not here, you don't get to do this again. You don't just start here at this checkpoint. Nope, whole mission all over again. So we'll just make sure that that doesn't happen. The best way to make sure that that doesn't happen is to ensure that you're full ammo before meeting either of these guys. There's no way to manually reload your AK-47 here, so you just need to fire it until you hear CJ reload so that you can prepare to kill these guys.
The weirdest thing about specifically the second guy, because this first guy you can just pre-fire him, and he will always just drop dead straight away. But the second guy, it's so weird. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you don't pre-fire him really well, you will actually not be able to shoot once he lands on the car until he has punched you once. It is almost as though they intended for you to take a little bit of damage, because it's impossible for it to usually be an issue because the mission heals you when you get to the helicopter segment. So usually it would never be a problem, so it's just like a gimmick where he punches you. But it just so happens that specifically on OHKO, that kills you. It's really bad. But it is possible to avoid all damage if you just, very quickly shoot them off the back. But you have to be very quick.
It is hilarious.
Yeah, but I don't know why they make it so you can't just shoot him. I don't know, like, they just jam your gun for some reason. It's so bizarre.
Oh man, we gonna die!
Oh shit! Slow down, folks, slow down! Oh shit, the brakes is out!
Okie dokie. And the success there brings us to our final mission of the segment. Just in time.
Shit, that's gonna be a hell of a story to tell when we passing the blunt.
Damn, that was some serious shit. Woo!
Fuck this. We gotta get out of here.
Right is right. Everybody split up. We'll meet up later.
Now, this is another mission that could be well benefited from the All Proofs Tampa. Normally, I wouldn't do that because I would want to leave it after this mission. CJ ends up in Badlands, right? So, I mean, you don't keep any car you do this mission with. I would normally keep it in the garage to save for gang territories, but since I'm not doing that today, I would use it right now. But since I lost it earlier on Doberman, I won't be doing that, unfortunately, but it's okay. I wouldn't use it normally either way, so it's fine.
Hey man, you pushing me more? airborne sweep. Damn it, sweep. Pick up. Pick up.
Hey, what's up? You call me, but I ain't pick it up. So leave a message after the...
Shit.
All right, and appropriately, we will cap this segment off with once again squishing all the enemies. So Sweet's health bar is removed as soon as you reach this marker. So what I do is reach the marker immediately, and then immediately get in a car, which is complete protection. Depending on the health of the car that I am in, I will squish as many people as I can. And then what I think is just phenomenal about this is all the squishing that's required. The squishing is dangerous when, of course, when the enemies set your car on fire, right? That's not a surprise. The great thing about it is when the enemies shoot your car enough to set your car on fire here while you're squishing for the final mission, you could just pick a new car from the parking lot that you're in. And I just really like that. There's just, there's no shortage of new cars to get into again and again whenever your car gets damaged. So there's really just, it makes it so that there's really nothing to this mission. The complete protection of cars and the abundance of cars all around makes this really nice and really quite simple. And you don't save any of your weapons or ammo here, so you can just, use all the ammo to set this on fire or something. What I want to make sure, though, is that I don't explode before I'm ready. One more car switch and we'll call it. A couple more squishes. That'll do. And we'll watch a short bit of an unskippable cutscene. I'll skip when I'm able to. CJ is putting his hands up inside the car. Skip this, and we will arrive in Badlands, completing the Los Santos segment. Yes! Yes, thank you very much for tuning in to GTU this Friday evening. I hope you enjoyed learning some new things about San Andreas and watching some unconventional ways to play the game. One thing I want to say is if you enjoyed this and if you're interested in San Andreas OHKO, you can watch someone better than me do San Andreas OHKO. You should check out Polyvalord. I'll just give him a little shout out here because I think that he is the authority on San Andreas no damage, San Andreas OHKO, and he can just about any time do Los Santos without any damage, and I think it's really interesting, and it's he's the best. So I want to say that. Other than that, though, I just want to say thank you for coming here this Friday evening. Thanks for letting me come back to do some San Andreas. It's a great game. I like playing the game in this way, and I like challenging myself, and I hope you enjoyed. What you got, Ben?
Yeah, great job again.
Thank you.
This is why we bring you on twice.
Thank you very much.
Never fails to disappoint. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. We will be back tomorrow. Just keep in mind tomorrow, because it's the weekend and I don't have to work all day, we will be going nice and early. So we'll be back in like 9.5 hours from now, 10 a.m. UK time, 11 a.m. CET. What is that, like 5 a.m. Eastern? Something like that, I think. But yeah, we'll be back. Obviously, look at the schedule to get it in your own time zone. And yeah, we got some good stuff tomorrow. We have Mr. Ron coming on for GTA 4 100%, and a very special guest doing San Andreas any percent later on as well. So if you want some more San Andreas content, you've got it tomorrow, courtesy of myself. We'll see you then. If you did miss anything today, as always, they'll be running throughout the night, so stay tuned for the rerun. See you all very soon. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. Good night.